Hey, Mark Forward, comedian and actor. You know him from Letterkenny. He's also in Fargo, and he's on the phone. What's up, boy?
Hello, how are you?
What's up, Coach?
Good to see you, Coach.
No, we'd like to first.
No.
Can we start off with a nice Barb story? No, please.
I don't think that's what your listeners need to hear in the morning.
If you're not watching, Letterkenny was, how many seasons was it? 12? 11?
12,
yeah, dude, 12. It was so good. And listen, and here's the thing, it's a Canadian thing, but it's still relatable. I mean, we got it, some of it, not all of them.
Well,
but,
it's the same people. You have rednecks everywhere. You got jocks everywhere. You got all that mix. It's a wonderful show.
Rural is rural.
Yes.
Rural is rural. That's exactly right. So you should watch that show. But Mark is, before we talk about your stand-up and the tour and all that, man, how much weight did you lose?
About 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
That's awesome.
Now,
we got
I'll probably put about 20 back on this tour. But,
okay. Mark, you're still 80 in the good way. You're good.
Did you? Are you cool with talking about how you did it?
Well, I rode my bike to the end of the street and I was winded, and then the next day I rode it a bit further and just kept increasing how far I rode my bike.
Oh wow, okay. So
that was it.
You did it the hard way. You actually moved more.
I ain't doing that.
I actually moved more. Yeah. It was that first bike ride was quite painful. But just every day I woke up and said, okay, I'm going to ride a little bit further.
Good for you, man. I don't think people realize when you're a big guy, bicycles, man, it quickly can become a surgical procedure. It can get really painful when you got that much pressure on one little spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
good. It was crazy too, because the bike I was riding, I had no idea anything about bicycles. But my friend who does, about 2 months into me riding it, was like, your back brake's been on the whole time. Working twice as hard.
That's where you're like, I was increasing resistance. That's what I was doing.
Hey, Mark, Bubba got one of those Peloton things or whatever.
Oh,
and he said, because man, all my pieces parts are getting numb. And it's like a thing. It's like a real thing. There's like a nerve or whatever.
I had to buy a special seat that split like a fork, and it's the craziest looking. It looks like a mutant seat, but hey, it fixed the numbness. Nobody wants numbness.
You're a well-endowed man that needs a pocket for your boy.
Yeah, it looks like one of those tractor seats, the big John Deere, old school, wide with the holes in it. It's just all metal with the holes so the water goes on through. It's so good. Yeah.
Well, I've done some long rides where I can't feel my junk at the end of it. Yeah, for sure.
It's a real thing. It really is.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, Mark Forward. We'll come back talk about the tour, the comedy tour, and more.
Coach from Letterkenny.
Coach from Letterkenny.
Coming up. You guys are done talking about my junk?
Yeah, we're finished. Yeah,
we'll move on to other stuff.
We have like a limit or whatever. All right, hang on. More with Mark coming up. Comedian Mark Forward, you know him from Coach on the hit show Letterkenny, which is how do we see? I know it's stopped doing episodes. Is it on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, Hulu.
Right.
Yeah, I highly suggest you go and check it out. You can get the, like we've said, the Barb stories. You could hear about the limited edition Oreos, which is fantastic.
Pretty great.
Did you have a hand in writing that, or what was your contribution like besides the acting part? Did you get any say?
I wrote all this stuff where he's talking about his love affair with Barb across the United States of America.
Oh my gosh. There we were at the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Correct.
Y'all have got to see it. It's so great.
Yeah, that was me, and it's pretty crazy to have your boss say, hey, can you write me something? And you think, okay, well, I'm going to get fired if I send this. But, it was a lot of fun to write that stuff.
I love it, man, because those are some of the best memories of the show. That and like the geese and gooses, and I mean your contribution to Letterkenny is pretty
substantial,
big, very substantial.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate appreciate that.
Yeah, man. You can also check. He also has a comedy special. It's on YouTube. It's called Mark Forward Presents Mark Forward, and plus the the tour, which is you got it all over the place. Not only playing in the United States, but also Canada, and going to be at the theater, Polk Theater.
I'm on the side of the road in Kansas City right now.
Is that where you are? Okay. April 17th in Nashville. We'll finish up the tour. But check it out. You can go to his, just Google him and tour. You'll get it, Mark Forward Comedy Tour, and you'll find it. It's good stuff, man. And I'm going to check out the YouTube. I think that's a good way. You think it's the best way? Someone who doesn't know Letterkenny, should they just jump in it?
I think so, yeah. And I would suggest turn on the captioning at first.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
As an American,
great.
you must have subtitles on for Letterkenny.
Yeah, definitely turn on subtitles, but then you'll get into it. You'll get into the rhythm, and you'll be able to turn them off after a couple seasons.
Yeah, that's so great. Mark Forward. Mark, thanks so much, man. You can check him out on Instagram as well. And again, look up the tour. It's going to be a great tour. Again, just look up Mark Forward, and you'll find him right there. Mark,
wait,
all
before
right,
you go,
guys.
is it geese or gooses?
Oh man, that's a preference. All I know is they're angry if you get in between them and they're young. That's all I know.
All right.
Mark, can I say that you turned kicking a trash can into an art form?
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Oh, thanks, boys. I appreciate that. I did learn on the golf episode, don't kick a golf bag. That was an acting choice that was poorly made, and I didn't know they had.
Broken toe?
Yeah. No, it was a bit swollen, but I didn't know they had giant steel bars in them.
who knew? Mark, thanks, man. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks, guys.
See you, man. Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.